took my hand and led me on to a path where I could help myself. Spiraling to nothing, but she never let me go. Told me
Hi guys, today I'm here to show you guys how I went through the process of installing this beautiful hair that was sent to me from HERGIVENHAIR. This is their curly texture. I have used this texture in the past, however I decided I wanted to try it again, but this time with a closure. And you can barely tell that I have a closure on, which is pretty awesome. I have 4B, 4C hair, and I'm going to show you guys how I went through the process of actually blending and also how I installed the unit. So when installing this unit, there are certain things that you need. You need a needle and thread. You need a dome cap. You also need hair. HERGIVENHAIR is what I used, which I love. You will need a mannequin head. I also recommend, if your hair is black like mine, I'd recommend buying colored dye, and I use a natural color Dark and Lovely fade resistance dye. You can use that if you like, or if you want to dye this hair it dyes really well. If you want to lighten it, you want to do it red, you want a purple, whatever color you like, get the dye that you need. And also you will need some form of conditioner, co-wash, or shampoo, whatever you use. So I went through the process of actually sewing on the closure first, and then after sewing on the closure, I used a clamp in order to restrict or get the hair out of the way. So whichever works best for you. If you want to go ahead and sew on the hair in the back, get it up a good amount, and then actually sew the closure on, you can do that. Or you can start with the closure. I started with the closure first, and after sewing on the closure, then I started in the back installing the 20-inch or sewing on the 20-inch and then going up, because I wanted this layered look. Now, if you want more of a heart shape and you want it to be longer at the top and then shorter so that it kind of expands out like this, you would just want to flip the length. So 20 at the top, 18 in the middle, and then 16 on the bottom. But I wanted some longer length, so I did it the way that you see it here, which I am in love with. I think it looks amazing. I also did not cut the wefts. When you're sewing on your hair, you can choose to cut the wefts if you like, but cutting the wefts actually causes some shedding, or more shedding than what you would generally experience. It also causes a bit of friction when you're if you make an error and you need to actually do the unit over again. That can be a bit time consuming if you cut the wefts. So I would recommend actually flipping the wefts. So I used the flip over method. I did not cut the wefts until I got to, I believe, the top. I may have cut one or two because I actually had gotten to the top and there was no more space for any more hair. So there's like maybe a weft that's about this width that's left over. So that's the only one that I cut. But the others, I just simply went through the process of sewing it on and then just flipped over and kept going. You also want to make sure that you're spacing out the tracks in the back, because you don't want it to be too bottom heavy. A mistake that I made when I initially made the unit was actually putting the wefts too close. And so I ended up with all this hair at the bottom, and then when I got to the top, I didn't have any hair left. So you want to make sure that you're spacing them out a good amount, and that you're also keeping in mind that this hair is very voluminous. It also has a great deal of density, so you don't need them really close together. If you were using straight hair, you might want to have them a little closer, but because this hair is not straight and it's voluminous, you don't have to do that. Now, when going through the process of blending, as many of you all know, I am a 4B, 4C girl, so this type of hair is not my hair texture. If you know anything about hair typing, you know that my texture is much kinkier than this texture. So blending, I actually installed or did 2 flat twists. I did one coming down this way, and then I did one going straight over and stopping at my part. I also use a toothbrush to slick down my edges, and you'll see that here. So I'm slicking down my edges, and I actually took the flat twist from this end over to this side just so it would have more height at the top. I wanted a little more lift, but if you're not concerned with that, you can actually just flat twist it to the side. And then I actually just separated the flat twist, and I may need to separate them just a little bit more so then it kind of looks like I still have twist in my hair because of all the definition. But you can just manipulate it how you want. And then I just take this area here near the part, and I'm just separating just so you don't see any definition between my part or the part where the closure is. I don't want there to be a separation so that there's a great distinction between where my hair stops or where my scalp starts and where the actual closure begins. So I actually was mindful of that. So just separating will help that process, and maybe just kind of lifting some so that it's undetectable. And then I just sweep it behind my ear. Now the part at the top, I just kind of pulled it back and lifted over. And I think it blends very well. I don't know what that was, but I think it blends very well. Now on this hair, the only thing that I used was water, I used olive oil, and I used Moroccan oil conditioner. I put that in a spray bottle, and I actually just spritz my hair with that product, and I use a Denman brush, rake that through, or brush that through, and then I actually applied mousse, and I used Cream of Nature mousse, and I did that in order to have some hold. You can choose not to use the mousse, but I wanted more of a hold so that my curls would remain clumped together, and I just kind of lift it up. You can use a diffuser to actually dry the hair and create more clump curls, but I actually did not have a diffuser at the moment, so I just went and bought one today, but I didn't have a diffuser, so I just sprayed the products and then just clumped. And you'll see that process. And this is how the hair dried. It looks so natural. Looked like it could have grown out of my scalp. And it's really, really soft. If you're looking for an oil that's really good with this hair and just works wonders, olive oil is awesome. I have the curly texture, but I made a different, it looks like this, but I actually cut it so it was shorter. And I did not actually have a closure in the past. I did a 3/4 unit, and I actually cut it about here. And I've had it since my birthday, my last birthday in July of last year. And I wear that unit every single day. And what has helped to maintain or keep that unit looking awesome is olive oil, water, and the Moroccan oil conditioner. So if you're wanting to refresh your curls, the mix of those products is phenomenal. You just spray it on and then just rake it through, and the results are phenomenal. This hair does get pretty big, so I've tamed the curls now. I could actually tame them a little more, but I love the definition and the volume that I have now. But if you want more volume and you like your hair bigger, then you can use your fingers to actually lift and make it bigger, or you can use a pick to make it bigger. the front, if you've noticed, I've been pulling this back quite a bit. If you don't want to have to constantly do that, which is what I'll be doing, I'll put a bobby pin here. I would suggest just putting a bobby pin, and that should fix that problem. This hair can also be done in the flip over method, where you simply just take hair and just pull it over to the side. And this is probably how I'll be wearing it, just so it looks as natural as possible. I just have a lot of definition right here. Just want to separate that. If you want to cover this area completely, you could always just take your leave out and just lift it all the way over so that you don't have those gaps. And then just pin it. And that's a cute little style there. Just make sure that this comes over fully. You can wear it like that. I like my hair behind my ear, so do it like that. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Tell a friend, and also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that here, so you'll have my Instagram name, my Facebook name. All of that will be at the end of this video. I will also leave the website address for HERGIVENHAIR, so you all can go out and purchase this hair. If you have any questions about any other texture, I have tried the coily texture, and I have several videos on that hair as well. I'll be doing some tutorials with this hair, some styling tutorials showing you guys how you can style it at a later time. Leave your ideas or different options, things that you'd like for me to try with this hair. Leave those down below, and I'll be sure to get that video out for you all. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye. Just have on a wig cap currently. I will be showing you guys how I install the unit and the takedown of the twist.